I'd like to cover in this little YouTube clip a device that I've made for a 99-year-old neighbor who is starting to suffer quite severely from macular degeneration. Now, he's a Windows 10 user, and despite the fact that he has a 24-inch monitor, he still needs lit text, which is probably 20 millimeters high in order to be comfortable in reading. Although you can make the desktop icons large and all that sort of thing within the applications like browsing or within email, your email application, he finds that's just too small. Now, Windows 10, as most people would be aware, has some ease of use aids, and one of them is the zoom feature, which is very customizable. You can control the window size, you can control the font size within the window, and you can control things like high visibility, so you can do white lettering on a black background, which usually is a bit more successful for people that are vision challenged. So the problem is, to implement it, he needs to hold the window key down and the plus key. And that allows you to enter the zoom window, and then to turn it off, you just use your mouse to manipulate around the screen to read. To actually zoom back out, you hold the Windows key and the escape key. Now, the problem with this is that as you get older, you have problems with using your hands and your fingers. And in my friend's case, his right hand is still quite good, but he does tend to hit multiple keys when he's using his finger to type. So one other little thing on the side here is I did print him these little finger splits, which that normally has a little rubber rounded tip on it. And he can actually more precisely hit a key, and that improves his typing accuracy quite a bit. So what I was looking at was some simple way of making a single button feature for getting into Zoom and a single button feature for getting out, because you don't want to leave it in the Zoom window all the time. That's just too confusing. So what I ended up doing was using a standard little Arduino processor, and this is using one of the 32EU4 chips, one of the newer ones, and it's a beautiful device to do this. It's almost tailor-made for it. It gets its power from the USB connector from the computer, and it's very simple to write a little sketch for it to control a single key press simulating two keystrokes on a normal keyboard. So this little device just got two little push buttons now wired to it. A little green one for zoom in, a red one for zoom out, and you just press it, you're in, press it, you're out. So you can have one of these on each side of his keyboard. Makes it very straightforward for him to use, and it's not confusing trying to do the multiple keystroke thing. So I'll put links to the sketch for the Arduino. The one I used is a Leonardo. There's also the Pro Micro. There's quite a few of them. They're all basically the same board. And the push buttons are ones that are just 3D printed. Now, most people in the Make community these days have access or have their own 3D printing facility. So I'll put a link to these. These are modified from a guy in France. He does a lot of push buttons for disabled people. And they're a nice little design. They're just a three-part thing, and you can turn up any type of button you want for the top. And they just have a bayonet type ring which locks the thing in. And the tactile switches, the ones I use just come in from Bagwood in China, and I think I buy them in lots of something like 100, and these work out to about 9 cents each. So the wiring straightforward. I'll put this circuit up below as well, and the links to Thingiverse for the printing of the 3D components for this, and I hope this video may help other people who are starting to suffer from macular degeneration. Thanks for watching.